Get it again. Rocking the Sony's. I don't know what they're called, but they're pretty good headphones. I just came up off of probably the most powerful video I've ever created. It's not even close. The I maintain motivation joint, and yep, the time is pretty powerful. I'm a little bit late because I was up all night reading. Been reading some real deep stuff, man. Trying to do some things. Um, I guess we can get started. So today, if you look at the thumbnail and the title, we are going over the entire collection, the retired collection. I wish they would come up with another name other than retired, but the entire collection from Hack the Box in 2021. And then from there, what I want to do once I let me see if I can get the once I do that, I'm gonna do that today, and then probably next week I'll just do 2022 because I want to. One thing that I want to do is I want to review the years. The years have, in my opinion, a kind of a theme or kind of a what their main objective is to get across, in my opinion. So we want to study like that and make sure that we're capturing that. We got a little bit of time too because I just happen to be off work today. So we are not going to rush it today. We're going to get the most out of our time here, or whatever, our effort. Let me just do one thing here. Let's go lower right. It's a little bit small there. I'm just give you my face here so you can see my reactions. And I also want to, for this video, go circular. Can I do that? It's gonna let me go circular. Oh. And I think I have it in my Google Drive. That's not it. Maybe in pictures. Yeah. Yeah, I want to go circular today. I want to do my John Hammond thing here. Shout out to John Hammond. But yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Enough playing around. We don't play around. We actually get to it. And that's what I like about what we do here. You just get into it. So first thing that I'm gonna do is go to my Adobe Acrobat. There's Premiere there for YouTubers out there, you future YouTubers. I use Adobe Premiere. I don't have a lot of good things to say about it. I just use it. So they will never sponsor me because I don't like the quality of their product. So I give it a 2 out of 5. Like real talk, like not even joking. So I want to open up. So this is how you do this. So you kind of open up one of the boxes. And as you see, I'm real heavy into kind of like decoding what's going on here. This is the last box that was released in 2021. I know you see 2022 here, but that is the actual write-up date or the retirement date. So what we're going to do, though, is first go to advanced search. So with advanced search, this is not a tutorial for Acrobat, but this is pretty dope to know. You can search through all documents in a folder. And so if because I have all of the retired write-ups for 2021 in this folder, if I just do Sql and then search, yes, I'm going to get every instance of Sql from 2021. Now, some of these will be like, we tried Sql injection and it failed. So just got to bear with me there. But we're not going to do Sql because we already kind of have a methodology for this. But this is another one of those ways that I study. And I kind of wanted to share this with you. Whatever the case. Yeah, I think it's pretty effective. You just have to kind of go through the pain of downloading all of these, which is not fun, but I mean, it's worth it once you have them because you want to because each box is a hodgepodge of things and methodologies and ways in. You want to be able to surgically remove that stuff that you need and then compile it. And I'll show you what I mean. Where are you? I think this is it. Yep. So with this, I just did every instance of SQL injection. This is overflow, etc. Overflow proper, and then it focuses on SQL map, things like that. That way I always have a way. Click live because I don't know what's going on here. The entire collection. I don't know how I do that. My bad, bro. Yeah, I always have a way in. So I always have a way to say, oh, wow, well, they did it like this on this box. Let me try it this exact way on the box that I have, because maybe I'm missing a flag. Like, I've never heard of the eval flag, but now I know about it. So, whatever. Anyway, let's get to it. So, let's clear that. We don't want to do SQL injection today. We just want to do an overall general web application methodology today. So, we could start with advanced search. What was it? Did I screw it up? Oh, here it is. All right. So what I like to do is I like to just first type nmap, because I know every single box on here uses nmap. So this is pretty much going to be a catch-all. Oh, so I could pretty much type, my bad, let's go back one. That's not actually what I want to do. New search. Let's search HTTP. And this should be damn near all of the boxes too. But we get to see kind of like the context around what it's talking about. So we have GoBuster there. Of course, we know about GoBuster, but we want to get our methodology where it is from. And I'm going to post the output of this on the community in case you missed the live stream, but I don't know if that popped up there. It didn't, but yep. So we know we need to run GoBuster. Yeah. How do we do our setup? Let's go back. So we did initial access methodology by port here. I want to do, I want to call this one web application enumeration methodology. And I'm going to say, first I'm going to say something like, because one, like this is one of those things that'll get you tripped up on the OSCP and stuff like that. Check all ports. Don't just expect 80. So, that's going to be part of that methodology there. And then, of course, you want to recursively search all directories. Download barracks buster or B. Automatically go recursive. So the thing about GoBuster is GoBuster does not go recursive for you. It's just going to scan that directory, which is good when you don't want to go recursive. But if you want to go recursive, as in like once it finds a directory, it does a scan of all of those directories. I mean, scan to see if there's more directories in that directory. Then you want Ferrix, Buster, or Derby. I'll probably be more descriptive there, but we just want to like start like baby steps there. Like, so web methodologies is probably its own thing, you know, so just know that. We got a lot of stuff to cover when it comes to web versus, you know, anything else. Like, so just know that. So let's go back to our thing here. Where is my search bar? Right here. So, yep. HTTP. We navigate to check out the file presence. What? A not found message is being returned. It's also possible the file. It's also possible the file to exist outside the virtual host. Okay, so we're gonna add. Forgot about that. Search for virtual host. Use Buster to enumerate virtual host. Well, I don't know why they call it virtual host. Like, for real. Like, when I first heard that, I was like, you know, I was just like, whatever. I'll just get down and hit the I believe. But they're just hosts, bro. Like, what is the alternative to that? Is that physical host? Because that don't make no sense. Like, none. But I don't know. They call them virtual hosts. But if you don't know what that is, if you have www. No. If you have like HTTP example.com, a virtual host in this case would be www.example.com or HTTP admin.example.com, whatever. And this would be the host, which doesn't make sense to call it virtual when there's no other way that they do it. So I don't get that part, but we just a lot of stuff in this field, we just hit the Ivy League button and just keep moving, bro. But we want to use GoBuster to enumerate virtual hosts. I'll probably add the syntax there a little bit later. So yeah, whatever. We're starting in baby steps, but this should get should start to pick up. So let us go back to here and keep going. Okay, so I don't know what the context here is. It looks to me. Let's get this out of the way. And this is tenant, by the way. Scan WordPress directory, seemingly broken web page. So another thing that I'm going to put is content management systems. Know if the web server is hosting a content management system. In many cases, these come with vulnerabilities. I don't know why. So yeah, whatever. So these are the 4 things that we need to remember in our methodology. Check out ports, recursively search for virtual hosts, and then know if the web server is hosting a content management system. If you don't know these 4, you're definitely not going to do well. And it looks like content management systems, at least for this box, was a thing in 2021 as well. So it's not over. What's going on, man? I'm just going to click the search thing from my other monitor here. I don't know how I ever made it without. So I was just using one monitor for a long ass time. I don't know how I ever made it. So I don't know if that's going to be a common methodology there to start downloading stuff. Oh, I already know another one. Attack, execute our program. So you got to know if the web server is hosting a web app using PHP, ASPX, HTML, or Python files. This will greatly assist in your enumeration. Plus, PHP has local file inclusion. Sometimes. So yeah, we did that. So we typed that. Also, Python sometimes has a console which gives you access. This gives you command execution. So these are also good things to know. So yeah, I don't know if I want to name this good things to know or this actual like methodology, but so far we've been going with good things to know. Reverse shell, and I think we're done with this box once we get to the reverse shell part. I think in this box, which was tenant, they got some kind of, it looked like they got command injection. Let me see. Unserialized. Yep, we are out. We're not talking about serialization today. We know it's a thing. We'll put it in our methodology, but we're not diving into the serialization rabbit hole today because I just refuse. All right, so that's tenant. I got some methodologies from that one. Now, this is tentacle. I don't know about this one. So it immediately goes into DNS. So it starts enumerating with DNS enum, which I guess I don't want to do a DNS methodology today, but just know it's there, right? Just know that you have to do this. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would. I'd have to do this box to see if this is the way that I would have that I would go about this. Actually, let me just add this to our community thing so that we always want to like boost up what we got. We want to keep, if we don't maintain our methodologies, that's going to be the hard part about having methodologies is keeping them updated. It's boring work. It's not fun work, but it has to be done. If you don't do it, I don't know how you'd be like on first blood level. I don't know how you'd be on a level where you enumerate. You need to enumerate from the DNS server. I don't know. I might reword that later. Oh, what happened here? Tentacle. Yep, that's right. So yeah, we probably should start including this when we enumerate DNS. Normally it's not even that serious, but we want to just make sure we are being thorough, so whatever. But yeah, if you don't update your methodologies often, I just don't understand how you're gonna be cold with it. I don't understand how you're gonna be first blood material or anything like that. But you do you, bro. That's all I can say. But for me, I have to get in here at least once a week and update something about my methodology. That's like period. Like y'all, if y'all saw my live stream yesterday, you know how competitive I am, and you know how bad I want a piece of this YouTube thing. So I'm not going to let IPSec or any of those guys keep saying people's names with I'm serious. I'm not gonna let any of these guys outwork me at all. I'm not gonna let IPSec, John Hammond, nobody. I just keep saying those two names. Obviously I look up to those guys, right? But I'm not gonna let them outwork me. I don't care if I look up to them. They're not gonna outwork me, bro. So in our case, nobody is really. Those are just the two examples. But I could name any YouTuber out there. Who's that? David Bumble. Let me look up his stuff, man. He's not gonna outwork me. I think that's his name. I don't mean to drop YouTubers' names, but I'm just being real. Yeah, he's not gonna outwork me. 119 subscribers, 119 million. He's not gonna outwork me, bro. But it's all love when I see you. it's all. I promise you, it's love, man. I promise you, it's love. But you're just not gonna outwork me. Period. Anyway, back to this. Yes, we need to keep going. He's not really a cybersecurity guy. That just shows you that I don't watch a lot of his videos. Not to be disrespectful, but I just kind of like focus. So I see a lot of hacking stuff, so I'll just be like, well, maybe he's a hacking dude. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, when I think for him, when he started like the whole hacking and Mr. Robot thing, he just took off with it, and people like it. People like easily digestible information. They like it easily digestible. Like videos like this, like Android remote control, stuff like that. Like he'll to be technical, but like technical in a way that's exciting and marketable. Like hack like Mr. Robot. You probably never see me do nothing like that. And again, it ain't no disrespect, but it's just different styles and different goals, I think. For me, it's like I'm like, if a person doesn't already know, I don't know if a lot of people see my video where I said there's 5 levels. Try to pull it up, and then we're gonna get back to it. But I just gotta make this point because y'all know how I am. Where are you? Video. It's this one. I don't be remembering stuff. So these are 5 levels, right? I don't know what I don't know. I know that I need to know something. I know what I don't know. The people that I talk to are either on level 3 or level 4. The people that he probably talks to are on level 2. They know that they need to know something. So people that are on level 2 react to words like hack or some of those buzzwords, or they react to the title Mr. Robot and things like that. The people on 3 and 4 react to words like methodologies, react to words like hack the box, react to words like OSCP, things like that. And I think that's important to know so that you know which, and I'll probably do a whole video on this too, but you know which videos you need to click on, you know which videos you need to avoid. I would never click on a video that said hack like Mr. Robot or something like that, because I'm not going to learn anything. So, again, that's, people have their own hustles. People have their own lanes. He has his own lane. I have my own and everything like that. But I would never do anything like that unless I actually got to talk to the real Mr. Robot people. Then that might be different, right? If I have them like maybe on an interview or something like that, but like just using a name to kind of get a click, you'll never see me do that. Back to what we were doing. Let's work on these methodologies. Serialization. Boom. Yeah, I think I'll slow down a little bit there. So there's proxies, but that's not really a methodology. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna have to organize this a little bit better, but I guess I do want to talk about, sometimes when you are doing web stuff, you need to use a proxy. Now, obviously, a lot of people already know about Burp Suite, but sometimes you need to use Burp Suite to not just do regular stuff that you know from IPSec. You also have to proxy your tool or your command so that you can fix it and then let it run. I've done that so many times. And I'll probably walk through that more in writing, but essentially, let's just say you're shooting an exploit. Let's just call it log4j or whatever, and you have a Metasploit module for that. Well, the victim already has a signature to detect and drop any packets with that payload in it. So you need to intercept that with a proxy and then maybe base64 encode it or do anything, other things to obfuscate it. So that's a often forgotten about function of a web proxy. You can catch your traffic and then you can modify it on the fly rather than having to go back into the actual code and modify it. You could do that as well, but I find it, a lot more fun to just catch the packet in a proxy and then modify it. So I'll just type that. Sometimes you must catch your command, not your payload from your tool in a proxy. Modify the payload on the fly. All right, let's keep going. I think as well though, for me, and especially like working with you, Rodnett, is like sometimes you'll know something, but then you don't go over it enough. So it's like it's like fuzzy, and you need kind of a reminder. So these, like going back and reviewing my methodologies, this helps. Is another way that this helps is it brings back up old stuff that I haven't done in a while. Proxy chains. We're not gonna go over proxy chains. Forget that. Oh, HTTP desync sync. I've never even heard of that. Wow, we gonna learn today. G-Unicorn web server gateway interface server commonly used in web applications. I don't know if that's relevant. This is sync, by the way. I think sync is, it has something to do with AWS. So we're gonna actually probably do this box when we do like a cloud week. Wednesday is our cloud day. So tomorrow we're going to do some more Azure stuff. I still owe everybody the Azure tutorial, but it's just amazingly boring to try to edit a live stream. There's nothing. And I'm the guy that probably would do it. But it's just been boring. Like I just, waiting a long time for it to load up and stuff. Okay, so we are not. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, for the people that are working out there or that are watching. HTTP request smuggling. Don't try to do this manually. Unless you just like, if you're an aficionado. I consider myself an aficionado to an extent. But if there is a web smuggling vulnerability, a web request smuggling vulnerability, that's usually already in a proof of concept. So I'm not going out looking for proofs of concept. I'm not looking to create a proof of concept, because if I were, then I would just go ahead and be a bug bounty dude. So we're not making one for that. Just know that it is out there, and yeah. It's just some stuff you just have to know. Like you have to know, things like that. To what you go after and what you would just try to Google. I don't know. I don't know if there's a teaching point there. I think HTTP desync, the request server processes and back Unicorn prefers transfer encoding header. I don't know. I think at the end of this though, we'll probably run one of the just for fun, because I got a little bit of time today. We'll do a what do you call it? King of the Hill thing. You don't like doing bug bounties? Bro. I respect the craft. When I first heard about it, I started trying to train myself to do bug bounties. But it's not the way. It's not the place to be these days. It's like one of those things where when something first comes out and everybody's talking about it and everybody's making money, like everybody's on it. But lately, it ain't a lot of money. It was one point where you could get like $50,000 for a bug. Like you can get mad dough for a bug, but these days, if you find a bug, like Microsoft might be like, thank you, but we don't consider this a vulnerability. So it's the ultimate ripoff move because they've taken your report and they might patch your report. Then they tell you that it's not a vulnerability, so they're not gonna pay you. So I'm not with that. I want money for my time, so, or at least appreciation for my time. I don't always need money, but I need somebody to appreciate all the work that I'm doing to try to make sure that your stuff is secure. You know, if I find, like, I don't know, I think one of the things that you showed me, Rodney, was you put a way like to do something in Kerberos. I can't remember it now, but I looked that up and like Microsoft didn't accept that as a bug. Whatever. I don't know why I'm searching on just HTTP today. It's probably stupid. So yeah, that's not. We didn't get much from that. Just know that, obviously, this is one of the first things that you learn is web apps sometimes already have proofs of concept. Don't work harder, work smarter, stuff like that. WorkZug there, we know about WorkZug, right? Some of us. This was a command injection, I think. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure it was. Yep. Bro, this box was so annoying, bro. I don't even want to talk about that. Deserialization, more deserialization stuff. I'm not even gonna bother with that. If this is your first time watching me, deserialization is just, so if you serialize an object is data with properties and methods. So basically, you can perform things with the data, which is where methods comes in, and then properties. You have a name, and then you have maybe an ID, and then you have maybe department and stuff like that. That makes it an object. You have to somehow encode that to kind of obfuscate it and send it across the net. So hackers started breaking that, and so you have to further make it difficult by adding a key or some kind of salt or whatever to send it across. So deserialization involves breaking that object out into plain text, reading what it's doing, and then putting your own stuff in there. But there's so many, there's so many flavors and so many like ways. It's really annoying. Lateral movement, I don't think there's much here. Let's go back up to the skills required. YAML, deserialization. I don't think this is what we want to do here. We don't want to do anything like too advanced today as far as methodologies go. Breadcrumbs. Takes us to search. So I think this was SQL. No, this was GoBuster. We already have that. Arbitrary file read. That's always dope. But we already have a SQL injection methodology. I do want to type something like username and password bypassing. I think there's actually a better way to do this methodology now that I think about it. I have some notes actually from, what's that thing? I don't know if I want to actually go that direction, because some stuff is client based, and I don't want to pull in client based stuff. We just want to get good at Hack the Box first, to where we're on top. That's the kind of goal first, and then we'll go into more advanced stuff. But we should establish a methodology and kind of write it down here. Try default credentials. Try registering the user. Try enumerating users by the registering as common admin or logging in as a common user such as admin. So that'll get you. So for this part, if you try to log in as admin and then it says incorrect password, then you know that that's a valid username. You don't see that too often anymore because that's part of a security framework. So sometimes you could try to register as that user and it'll be like username already taken or something like that. And then you'll know, right? So just moving on. So there's GoBuster again. That's probably the gist of it. And then like, if none of that works, you could try Sql Injection. Try Sql Injection. So I would try, if you do Sql Injection, I would try manual and automatic. We've seen times where manual doesn't, automatic doesn't work, and then manual works, and then vice versa, right? So vice versa, I think that's the pronunciation. Yep. So I don't know if I'm looking too fast here. I don't know what's the point here. So these people, oh, they have an arbitrary file read. I don't know if I could put that here. File read for Sql Injection, LFI, or other tech. Read etc pass WD first, then read the ID RSA of the last user. Does your red team continually red team your network, or do they do sprints or whatever? For our red team, we do. So our red team is kind of like they have multiple jobs. Let's say this is methodology. So what my red team really, their function is to emulate threats. They don't really, we need some work on that, but we are in the business of emulating a threat. So we would like to get to a point where we emulate the APTs like Nobelium, APT 34, etc., you name it. But they're also, they also have to be the red team as well. And in this case, which I wish it was more often, we set up a scenario and it's basically red versus blue. We don't call it that, but that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. And they're continuously red team. So they don't continuously red team the network, at least in my organization. Now, my organization is affiliated with other organizations and they red team the network. And often when we get the contract, so if we're here and then this organization is here and their red team is red teaming their network and we get charged to watch their network and find stuff, sometimes we'll find their red team and we'll think that it's legitimate, like actual stuff. And so that keeps us on our toes too. So in a way, we have customers where their red team continuously red teaming their network. But for us internally, we don't. We basically invent a scenario, like I was saying, and then our defender guys and our analysts, we don't call them SOC analysts, but that's basically what they are. They they do this stuff. So I would say it's probably in sprints. Long story short. But I don't know if it's fair to say sprints because they have a lot of other things on their plate. So if they're not doing that, they're looking to emulate the latest APTs. I'll probably do a video on that to where it walks the fine line between like giving the maximum in a video while not because I don't want my organization at all to like suffer or impose. Like I don't want to impose any cost on my organization by saying anything, which everybody should be like that, by the way. But being careful there. So sometimes I'm like, I'll get to a point and I'll stop and I'll be like, is this right? Probably not. And like pull that back. But essentially, like I would like our organization to just stop being so secretive about what we do and just be the de facto standard. And then I could probably start talking about what we do more. But as of right now, I'm very cautious about putting out so much information that a threat actor could start to counter what we do. So I just try to make sure that everything that I say is probably the best practices on the internet, and then so that if we're working on because we work on new ways to catch hackers, I don't want to reveal any of that because I don't want them to just start trying to defeat that stuff. I don't even know how I got there, but yes, sprints. Just know that it's sprints. I don't know if anybody from my people from my like ex-employees and employees kind of watch my stuff, and I just need them to know that while I want to do the most, I'm very careful on revealing things that are working for us, currently working. Yeah, I don't want to tip our hand and just like, oh, these are our cards. Please come hack us. Like, nah, bro. If you're looking through my channel for that, you're not gonna get it. Basically, anything that we do that aligns with best practices, I'll go ahead and say it because you're gonna find that anywhere. But yes, our red team they're talented. They're talented, bro. I can't even lie. They're talented. It's just that they probably should be bigger, probably. And I think if they were bigger, the way that we probably would use our red team if we were in the optimal situation is we'd have a network that was always up 100%. And this network would have people that made our network look as close as possible to the networks that we see. So we'd have multi-factor authentication. We'd have other things that organizations use. We have the whole cloud thing going. And then once it was as up to date as possible, then we continuously red team. So definitely a good idea to have that in your organization, but especially when you have a lot of stuff going on, like that's tough. So there's another content management system. If you don't know, for the people out there that kind of like watch after the fact, WordPress, I'm hoping that you've heard of that by now. I would tell you, because this box is in 2021, that it's not your same stuff. It's not going to be your same. It's not going to be your same easy stuff. Do they emulate based on your company's revenue? They just we attempt to emulate based on. I don't know what you mean by that. I guess if you mean like if we emulate, if the effectiveness of our emulation, it only extends to our budget, I would say there is truth to that. There's truth to that with any organization. If you don't have the funds, the first thing you kind of like cut back on is like, okay, how much are we spending on experimental stuff, research and development? Let's cut research and development, especially if it's not like our flagship. Our flagship would be more operations and less research development. So again, research development would be the first to like, cut down if our budget is not where we want it to be. I would also say that, and this is kind of like my opinion, I don't think we've gotten to a place in just defensive operations in general where we could just clearly make a clear distinction between this APT and that APT. I know we try, but we're not there yet. There is a perfectly valid reason why one APT would mimic another one. Perfectly valid. And it's easy to do that because you got so many resources on the internet. So That's what I believe, and I think that you'd have to definitely go through probably more of a governmental process to see if that APT was that APT. Like you can't really like regular organizations that only just all we're trying to do is defend ourselves. We're not going to have access to that type of information to confirm that, hey, this APT was here at this day. Like we're just not going to have that. But how much they believe the adversary will gain access. The best way, and I'm kind of like going back on what I just previously said, the best way that I would say, hey, this APT is in this family is by what they aim for. So if they aim for a university or if they aim for a bank, that would lead me to certain APTs. And I'm not gonna just say which ones because I don't want this channel to be about that. I would say if you aim for a bank or a school, you're probably this type. And if you aim for healthcare or government, you're probably this type. Because some APTs just don't have time to aim for government or aim for healthcare because that's not a part of what they're trying to do. And with all of that said, though, we know that the sectors are built different. The service sectors are built different from I don't know where I was going with that. They're built different in that there are certain ways that you need to fish them, or there are certain ways that you need to get in. There's certain terms that they like to hear. That's a big one. Certain jargon that they like to hear. So when you're phishing them or when you're socially engineering them, for banks, they may have their own type of jargon or whatever they like to see in their emails, and healthcare is different, or in certain. So you have to you pick all of those little things up, and then you just have to basically make a chart and say, based on all of this stuff, because at the end of the day, what we have to understand until APTs go to like artificial intelligence, which are eventually going to happen, we have to understand that these are humans behind these attacks, and humans are very uncreative. They are. They're very uncreative, especially when they've been doing something for so long. They're very talented as far as getting in, but like uncreative in the long run. That is how people get caught. They would rather, like, one thing about it, and one thing that people get kind of like always misconstrued in this field is they want a script to be the creator for them. They want the script to be the creative entity in their whole scheme. You can't do that. At some point, that's not going to work. A human is infinitely creative. A script is not. And it would never be. A program, an application would not, and it would never be. At some point, you're going to hit a wall of entropy. And it's not going to work anymore. And that may be, that's equally bad for the defensive side as well. But yeah, you're going to always need a human to bring that creative element in. And that's just the bottom line. So people keep talking about stuff like machine learning to catch bad guys. You're gonna always need the human spirit in the element to catch, and that's just it, man. This is a web, thing or whatever. It says Jira. Let's just make sure we're watching this carefully. Index testing. What happened here? Use the main to Jira setup. I don't know what the methodology here is. It's just basically password reuse. We have to organize this better. I hope that made sense. I know I just went all over the place. Long story short, we emulate based on what our customers need. But sometimes if our customer doesn't know what they need or want, which is a lot, like happens a lot, we emulate based on the overall goal of a threat actor or APT, and not necessarily. We're encouraged to emulate based on technique, but I think that's when we I still don't think as a globe, like as the entire world, that we have any hold on that whatsoever. Because again, it's if I were APT 1 and then I didn't want to get caught, I would just emulate APT 2 with my technique. So my opinions. Password spray. I think for a red teamer, I don't really like that term, but I guess I gotta use it. Password reuse, actually. For red team, like generally speaking, though, from what I've seen, password reuse. You're not just gonna be a red teamer if you like get hired. The threat modeling. Oh, we do all of that for them. Like so the way that we operate is we do have a cybersecurity function, but what I do is not cybersecurity, even though I kind of lump it in because that's more palatable to people that are in the field. Like if I put something that says cybersecurity, you'll click it and then I can give you some cool stuff to do. But like technically speaking, I don't do cybersecurity, although I do need to know cybersecurity. What I do is basically I look at the organization. I do note the vulnerabilities. I do note the ways in. And then from there, I kind of craft a threat model based on that. And I also threat model based on like the APTs and all that. Come up with kind of a few ways in. And then I hunt. On the back end of that, if I don't catch anything, which 95% of the time I won't catch anything. I have caught stuff, but I generally won't. I will type up kind of it's kind of like a pen testing report, but it's not because I don't do any pen testing. It's more like if I could think of what I would do, it would be more like mental pen testing. Like everything that I think is the pen test. So if I see a way in, I have to just go ahead and note that down as, oh, I did this and I got in. Because for my job role, I'm not authorized to just be like all up in their stuff and trying to pen test. Now, our red team is, but then they have their own process for that. Me personally, I have to note the vulnerability or note the way in and then say, bloop, this is one of the ways in. Let me write this one down. This is another way in. And then from there, I hunt and then I find stuff. If I don't find anything on the back end of that, sometimes I'm asked to do a full picture of these are all the ways that I saw that you can get in. If you would like, if you would like, and I'm talking to the customer, if the customer would like, they can go ahead and get with their cybersecurity team and go ahead and fix these flaws. But we don't have any. If they don't fix them and we come back the next year and do the same thing, there's nothing we can actually say or whatever, if that makes sense. Because again, we're not cybersecurity. We basically, what's up? Yeah. Good morning. We're basically, how do you put it? We basically can't tell them what to do. I don't know if that makes sense. I do a lot of talking and do a lot of rambling, but in a nutshell, being a threat hunter and being a cybersecurity dude, it sounds like it goes together, but when you really look at it, we don't care we do care, but we don't specialize in the actual technicals behind securing stuff. So we may not be like dependent on to actually walk someone through that. What's good, Kirk? One of my sales instructors said he threatened to cut ties due to simple vulnerabilities existing 3 years in a row. I've been in on times where um, doing the same assessment with a customer like over and over again, and yeah, seeing the same stuff too. For us, it's just like I don't know. Um, for what I do, and just being careful again to just make sure that I don't say too much. We try our best to be friendly. We try our best to leverage our people skills because we everything that we do is in an effort to make everyone secure. But um, if we don't come off as like if our personalities aren't palatable, if they just don't like something about us, then we could start to see those vulnerabilities because there's not a lot of trust. And so we try our best to just make sure that although we do what we need to do, and there's another serialization thing there. I don't know if I'm gonna type that in. We'll just type JWT here. Man, it was there was one assessment in particular where we went and we were talking to this customer, and of course, like just being threat hunters, we just went through the whole process of just making sure we saw the ways in, and then we yeah, it doesn't. We identified the ways in, and then we didn't find anything. And I think the frustration there is, especially for threat hunters, is if you don't find anything, you immediately want to slap a report on somebody's desk. Well, what we did and we regretted is we went straight to their boss and put it on their desk. And I guess this is a good thing for pen testers as well. I think so much of what we do is just so similar. That's why I like vibing the two together. You don't want, unless that's a part of your rules in your contract, you don't want to just go straight to the top like that if you don't have to. You could definitely go to the people that can immediately fix it. So for pen testers, you're working with a lot of software engineers. I'm gonna put my big screen up for this. So you're working with you're working with a lot of software engineers, and they have their stack or whatever the case that's going on in their whole system, and then you pen test it. You, instead of going to their project manager, go straight to the guys and say, hey, you might want to fix this, this, and this. Because, I mean, I guess there's pressure on your side as a pen tester that says, well, if I found something, I would look like a rock star in front of my boss, in front of their boss, and that would make me more valuable. But don't ever see it like that, because the people skills are always going to outlast your technical skills. They're always going to be more powerful. So if you can go ahead and go to the actual software engineers and say, hey, fix this, 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 and this, and we'll continue, and we don't have to tell the boss about any of this, that's better, because now there's synergy there, there's a connection there. And then when you do your final report, at least like give them something to let your boss and their boss know that you did do some work. But those critical ones, those like wide open holes, just go ahead and get with the engineers and say, hey, might want to fix this. This is pretty bad here. And make sure it's done, and make sure that nobody has to know about it. And I'm telling you, if you could do that, you're going to get so far in your field. And I know that works because I've done it as a threat hunter. I've done it and it absolutely works. And I've done it in a way where on the previous engagements, we did things that just wasn't right. And so that's one of those solids that you can do for someone else. I rant complete, but I definitely wanted to say that because I'm glad you brought that up, because that's very valid there. 100% valid. In serialization, it seems that JWT is the win. You definitely want to go to jwt.io. And deserialize. I don't know if that's deserializing it. I don't know. Can we? Okay, so this is and I'm kind of going over it again. If you've already went over it, if you already noticed, I'm kind of going over it again for the reps. I feel like I personally would still include it, but let them know that you work with an engineer. That's valid too. That is valid. Yeah, probably 80% of the time, probably go your way, Kirk, to where it's like, Yeah. But then I think there's still a 20% chance that you get something that's just so embarrassing to where you might want the guy to save face. So I guess you gotta kind of balance that out. But yeah, I guess that's valid because you don't ever want to get in a situation where you're not being totally transparent and things like that. But there's an element of people skills there where you can look out for someone. You just got to kind of balance that out, or maybe there's different ways to do that. What box am I working on? I'm kind of working through I downloaded all of the Hack the Box write-ups from 2021, and I'm just going through them for similarities and just trying to improve my methodology here. And so far, I'm kind of just typing notes based on most of these things I know, but I want this to eventually become, where are you? One of these where it's I'm walking through what you do if you see 445 or what you do if you see a certain thing, and just putting that out for the community to just help. Yeah, only save face when you reviewed all the logs that would indicate previous. Yeah. Yeah. You do have a point again, and I didn't think about it like that. It's you never want to come off as like you're trying to hold anything back or you're trying to be secretive. Actually, let me just take all of that back, and I just want to say, if you look out for somebody like that, get with your boss to see if it's appropriate to leave it out of the report or not. And your boss should be able to, based on their people skills and their managerial skills, they should be able to determine if you made the right move and trying to kind of save that guy's face, or if they just want to put that guy on blast. But at least, at minimum, have the compassion to save the face. And I think that's probably more appropriate than what I was saying. But so I've taken some software engineering classes, and I'll tell you right now, that's being a software engineer is not. It's not I can feel their pain. Based on the pain that we go through, I can feel their pain. They love it, so it's not like it's a hard job to where it's but it's one of those jobs where it's the same as us, where they're trying to elicit requirements from their customers. They're trying to get, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And sometimes they get additional requirements late in the game, and then other times it's just not perfect, bottom line. And so they're pretty much building the plane as it's flying. And so we just gotta be compassionate to that. Sometimes we'll go in and be like, boom, I got you. Boom, I got you. Boom, I got you. And that's, if you want to make some money in this field or any field, you just don't want to be like that. So yeah, just get with your boss, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Go to them first. And then so if you watch my my videos early in the game, you won't be able to see the chat. The chat takes 24 hours to populate. But basically, Kirk is saying go to them first, and then that alone will give them the opportunity for double good news when they can tell their boss is fixed, and that's all good stuff. But yeah, everybody's smart. Just remember that whether you're a pen tester, a threat hunter, and you do or assessment, everybody's smart. So you don't have to prove to anybody that you're smart or you're better than them. Everybody knows, if you can prove those people skills, those organizational skills, that business thinking, that's how you kind of separate yourself from the pack. And yeah, because if you're sitting down, if it's their boss, your team and their team, and they're smiling, you did a good thing. You're good. You successfully did everything you needed to do to keep the people skills up. But if they're people are, especially in those meetings, people are incredibly transparent based on how they feel. Incredibly transparent. They don't pull any punches at all. They're not going to sit in there and fake. At least from my experience. If you did a pen test and it generally feels like you helped, they're going to smile. They're going to remember your name, and it's going to be all good. Vice versa, if they're in there and they're upset and they're frowning and they're not making eye contact, I don't even care if they are introverts. People still, at the end of the day, there's one thing that what do I want to say here? There's one thing that everyone has in common. Everyone wants a sense of purpose. Everyone. And so if you pen test their stuff and you make them feel like they're crap, and you make them feel like, hey, this guy could have communicated with me, but he didn't. Don't matter how good you are, they're not gonna want you back. And again, whether you see it like this or not, it's their software development lifecycle. It's their testing phase. It really doesn't belong to the company per se. It's their testing phase. So you got to see it like that. It's like the testing phase, the whole life cycle really belongs to the project manager, not necessarily the company, because they could fire that project manager and get somebody else, and then the testing phase will be different. So you got to think of it like that too. So you're not embarrassing the company or getting one over on the company. You're getting one over on that manager. So good stuff to know. I'm glad you came in and like because you get me fired up. You're taking me back to some of my other studies and stuff like that. And it's amazing how well pen testers and threat hunters that's amazing. Like, yeah, go through the same stuff. That same stuff. It's just the way, like, I can't pen test anything because I'm not in that. I don't have, that's not my job. I would love to. I definitely would love to, but that is definitely not my job. So this is deserialization. We're going to keep moving. We don't want deserialization because, or anything like that. I think at the end, I don't know if you want to stick around, Kirk and Rodney, but I'm going to do a King of the Hill. I don't want to be studying too long. Maybe another 9 minutes. Just get my 75 minutes in for the day. And then I'm going to probably end with that. There's always something crazy going on there. So I did this box, the Mega Logistic box. This, there's a SQL injection on this. I think the only thing special there is you're forcing SSL. I don't know how you force SSL without a certificate. Maybe I'm ignorant there. But this one was pretty easy. You get OS shell, and then you do this thing. But I think the thing about this box that's so strange is, let me go back. So you have SQL injection, like, so in this example, they injected on the username parameter, right? And then I just don't understand how they jump from that to OS shell. Like, why wouldn't you Postgres user? I don't know. That we have to kind of work on that methodology there, because I don't see the difference between I'm leaving this up while I keep working on TryHackMe path like this. Yeah, that's good. I saw some of your stuff on doing some of the TryHackMe paths. I kind of need to do that stuff myself. And then hopefully my twins won't want to play hide and seek. Yeah, I know that it's probably like it's a different time over there or whatever. It probably like in the next day or something. I don't know. But yep, I try to be, I just know that I think for the most part, Americans and stuff like that, not up at this it's early in the morning. Or if they are, they're going to work. But if you're American and you're watching this after the fact, just know that does the database have immediate OS command access from the user? So I think the way that you would determine that, I got to open this box because now I'm curious. I don't even have my Kali open. But I think the way that you would determine that is, I think you type. Let me open this first. Is this it? Yeah. I think you would type privileges. I got a SQL methodology thing in here somewhere. Yep. No. Nope. there's one where, okay, so this is the one that I was talking about that I did. This is not my write-up. I kind of like snipped them from official write-ups. I think this is it. Yeah. So in this SQL injection, yeah, you do dash dash privileges. So I wonder, why is that here? I wonder if you could do like a dash dash privileges. 7:25 p.m. Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, it's not the same day yet. I mean, the different day yet. So really have auto pawn. That may be the reason why I'm so slow. Because I try to come at everything from an OSCP standpoint, but the thing is I already got it. So it's like, why don't I use some of these auto pawn tools? Like, why am I still trying to, play by the rules here? I've never even used this. Designed to make a pen tester's life easier, more consistent by allowing them to specify tools they would like to run against targets without having what? I don't know. I have to see this and see if this is what the First Blood guys are using. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm still in the OSCP mindset where it's like I'm always trying, except SQL, man. Like obviously you can't use that on the exam, but like everything else is like, I don't know. I've been avoiding some of the auto exploit tools, and I need to stop that. Actually, I need to just go for them. But I think manually. Oh wow, stuff already up here. I'm gonna get a custom background here. I wasn't recommending the tool, but it's interesting to see. Yeah, I like recommendations though, because I'm always one thing that I'm always trying to do is trying to get faster, and so if someone brings up a tool, I'm instantly gonna Google it. You're saying that you do everything manually. I need to get out of the manual stuff. I really do. And definitely start scripting more. But yeah, I was the same way for a long time and wondering why I'm not getting First Blood on here. What is that box? Toolbox. Is it Toolbox? Yeah. Let's go back. Accept the certificate. Copy the file. I don't know. We might have to come back to that. But we'll load up the box for now. I am confused. Toolbox. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the retired sec. Like I don't mess around with the active boxes, at least not right now. Not I don't see a point manual-ish. I just don't like taking tools that run a bunch of other tools without digging to see exactly what they're doing. That's how I failed the first exam. Not necessarily auto exploit tools, but it was auto recon. I don't like the whole. Yeah, I definitely the highest goal for me is to build the tool, and then the second highest the highest goal for me is to have a tool where I know exactly what it's doing. And then if those fail, then I'll just use like something that is just going to do everything for me. I think my engagements, we must get authorization before we explore. And then even brute forcing too. I attended a conference. I think when was it? I don't know. It was like a week ago or something. I don't know. And so it's a pen tester kind of like talking, and I could tell that I could tell that this guy was more of he was good, but he was more of the kind of the senior guy or the manager type. And he was saying one of the things that he was saying was he would prefer to do everything gray box, but he'll do black box if he has to. But he was saying that gray box, he'd rather it be gray box, as in the project manager and the engineers just go ahead and tell them, hey, hit these ports to see what you can do with these, and we have a username and password input here, so see what you can do here, and then see what you can do here, here, and here, rather than have the pen testers look for things. And people like that, like the little group like that, and I'm more like, I don't know. Sometimes it could just seem like you do test input fields for errors and outputs and such. Yeah, it could seem like to me that like I definitely would want to walk a fine line there. I don't know. I wouldn't want. I don't know. I'm not a software engineer, so I don't know what I would want. I would think that they would want someone to. It would. They would want it to be a black box test, but I don't know. I would think that my question to him though was like, okay, you don't find anything, and it's been like weeks or maybe years since you've actually gotten in. Like, how do you keep your guys from not quitting? Like what keeps them still working and still improving themselves? I know for me as a threat hunter, like I'm in a position now where I could find things on, what am I want to say here? I can find things with enough frequency to stay interested. So I just don't understand. I don't know if pen testers have the same success rate as me, but I'm satisfied in my success rate. And my question is like, if everyone is using and I'm almost, I'm done with the studying because it's 75 minutes. We did go over some stuff. We didn't do too much there, but we got to go over stuff from 2022 next week. But my whole thing is, you've been on so many pen tests and you haven't found anything for a long time. How do you stay engaged? Most investment from both sides. You can always look for an outside. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. I don't know if the gray box is like hit here, here, and here, or you can hit anywhere, but we recommend you hit here and here and here. Because if you're telling them to only hit here and here and here, then I don't understand how that's beneficial to your life cycle. But I don't know. Again, I've never done one. I can only kind of like get secondhand. I can get secondhand stories and live vicariously through that. Cyber John. Let's see what's going on here. That's 16 minutes. I gotta talk for 16 minutes. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's check Battlegrounds. But yeah, this is kind of like all I do on TryHackMe. Sometimes I'm like real upset with TryHackMe for like not giving it their all, and then other times they hit me with a box that's like, let's do a video on it. We could do that. I don't know if I got a lot of time today. Today, and if not today, then it'd probably be a weekend. Is weekdays are super hectic. Wednesday, yeah. So I got today, and I have Wednesday, and then I have the weekend. So we can get in touch if we Okay, so I'm gonna let Kirk answer that probably more officially, but I can tell you what I would look for. if I were hiring a junior pen tester, keeping in mind that I'm a threat hunter. I just do pen testing practice to keep my threat hunting skills up. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos or anything like that. But what I would look for in a junior pen tester, like somebody that's just showing up, is obviously you need, okay, minimum, you just need to show some kind of extraordinary ability. Like, I don't just need a guy that could like run Nmap and get into some, like, I want to see some extraordinary ability in something. You know, you need to be able to stick through. So sometimes like sites like TryHackMe, Hack the Box, seeing your results on there says a lot. That's okay. Yeah, we can do that. But that's basically kind of the soft skills. The hard skills is, I personally want to see some work in a field other than pen testing. If you just go from like being like you've never worked in the field before and then you go to being a pen tester, it's going to be hard to speak to you as an employee. It's just going to be hard to talk to you because what I see, especially when guys are pretty new, and I could bridge this over to threat hunting or pen testing because some of the stuff at the end of the day is the same. What I see is guys just want to get in, and then once they get in, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got in. And we don't want that attitude. We want an attitude of kind of like connection between you and the customers. So that's something that's super important. Like, it's not about getting in and it's not about hacking. It's definitely about fixing the customer's problems. And that's what you're getting in for. How do we join? Is it public? It is public. I could send the link out. That's big because mind you that this field is no longer, we're like, the field is starting to get to the point where there's a lot of people in it and it's kind of competitive now. Yeah, it's super important. It's kind of competitive. So definitely we want we want the skills, like the technical skills. Yeah, we want the technical skills, but then I'm telling you right now, everybody's going to have those technical, like the people that you're stacked up with are going to have similar, kind of the same technical skills. They're going to have the same technical skills. So once you're there, yeah, pick a training path on TryHackMe or whatever case. I trust that when people ask that question, that they've either done some of that or they've done nearly all of it. I might be wrong in that trusting, but I kind of trust that you have kind of like looked at the hack the boxes and stuff like that, and you kind of need to know where you need to focus everything as much as possible. I hate giving answers like that, but you have to know within yourself that you're a self-starter or a lifelong learner. Because first of all, nobody wants the same skills on the team. We want a wide range of skills, wide range of interest within pen testing or threat hunting. So it's not really about picking certain skills. We definitely have a barrier to entry though. So I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Talk. Yeah, there you go. Like it's not even a problem. Me, I have about 9 years ish. Yeah, I do believe that you can be a pen tester, a very good penetration tester without OSCP. I think OSCP is something that, while I would like for a junior penetration tester to have that, I have seen great success for people without it. I feel like passionate than one of our colleagues. He probably more specific. Yeah, Kirk is legit, man. Kirk is legit. We actually worked together on OSCP for my first attempt, and then it wasn't so good, and so I had to go back and Try again. I think, I don't know, the whole offensive security. I think when I took the exam the first time, for me, I expected everything that I read in the PWK material to be, how you put it, to be word. Like, word is bond here. Like, if I look outside of this material, then I'm messing up. I'm effing up. But I had to realize that once I got through the Pin 300 material, that's just a start. I have to fuel my skills, and I have to fuel my passion by doing outside stuff, so that the passion comes through when I'm in the exam, not necessarily the skills. I don't know if that makes sense, but TCM. So yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Kirk. Haven't been through them all, but TCM for 10 pins. So I think for anything TCM, and I appreciate what's his name? Damn, his name is leaving me right now. Oh, damn, I can't think of his name, but Heath Adams is his name. I appreciate him for bettering the world. Yeah. It's not the only thing out there now. Yeah. I appreciate him for bettering the world. And the way that TCM and all of the PMPT, the way that they shine is, yes, they force you. It forces you to create a report that's good. The OSCP just wants a report. Yeah, the Cyber Mentor. The OSCP just wants a report. And the thing about that is, yes, I put all my time and effort into the report to the point where I was like, this is how you fix the vulnerability, boom, boom, boom. But at the end of the day, OSCP just wants just the minimum. And TCM is not going to go for the minimum when it comes to your reporting. So if you actually want to be a pen tester, I definitely recommend his stuff. But you got to understand that the guys that are in the chat are pen testers. I'm not. I just do this to kind of like feed my threat hunting skills. So that's that. So I caution people from just taking advice from people without thinking themselves. But I'm definitely always down to at least talk about it and kind of get the juices flowing. But don't take anything that I say and just be like, that's correct, that's true, boom, let's go. I'm just a dude just like everybody else, man. I love to do this. I do have OSCP. I do have other pen testing certs, but I got those certifications strictly for the attack methodologies. That's all. I wanted the attack methodologies. I wanted to apply those to finding things and not request to follow. Oh, wow. Really? Dang. I thought that's news to me. I always figured that if you're on a I thought that was like standard. And like, okay, if I want someone to pen test my company, I definitely want to report. I didn't think that there would even be anybody out there like that. That's good to know. Definitely good to know. Yeah, I appreciate the questions, especially Elliot59 for because these questions drive, like, they may be benefiting you, but they really benefit me because they drive the video. As you see, I got some downtime in a live stream, and I really hate that. I got like another 6 minutes of downtime before I start hacking, which, by the way, I need to. Let's just close that. I need to go ahead and set up my VPN, but those questions keep the video. It adds so much value to the video. It's crazy. So I appreciate that. Now, I'll never forget to say I appreciate it. I don't care how big I get on YouTube. I never stop being appreciative. I don't care. I don't care if I get 1 million. We offer it, but to my knowledge, all companies I've assessed never requested a review call. We had some email questions. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely I definitely recommend, definitely recommend Kirk Elliot 59 if you you got any questions, just I don't know how you get in touch with people on YouTube or whatever, but yeah. Again, I can give you some, definitely I can give you some advice on this, on all of this that I'm doing here, because this is what I do every single day. But again, my profession is actually finding the bad guy, not emulating the bad guy. All right. Starting in 5 minutes. I want to hide this so that I don't see this. Move to another place. Do that. And then we can go here. But yeah, I've gotten so, maybe our report was good. Yeah, he's on LinkedIn and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. For threat hunters, for a threat hunter, again, I think they're similar a lot of times. For us, it's annoying how much we have to fall back on being. It's annoying how much we have to fall back on being. What's the word I'm looking for there? We have to fall back on being cybersecurity professionals, because we're not. You know, it's because we're basically, we have to take the mind frame of a talented or a well-funded threat actor, and then we have to imagine our ways in, and then from there go to those spots that we've imagined to find stuff. Like, that's crudely explaining it, but that's what we do. But on the back end of that, there is, yeah, we just don't get to like. But on the back end of that, we have to produce something as if we did all of that to get in. So we can't hack our way in, but we have to produce a report as if we've hacked our way in upon request. So that's why, to me, it's super important for me and any threat hunter, any SOC analyst, anybody out there to get hands on attacking stuff. And then vice versa, if you are a threat emulator, or if you are a red teamer or a pen tester, you should have some blue skills. You should have, I would think these days, threat hunters aren't red teamers. Emphatically no. Emphatically no, we are not. So threat hunters, it's not a super well known term. So like it's not a super well known term, but threat hunter is kind of like jargon for just a SOC analyst or defender or just. But I think and this is just me and how I feel about it, we have to, in our minds, put on the hat of a hacker, and then using blue team tools, defender tools, walk through some of the spots where artifacts are left, or we're looking through logs, etc. Yeah, that is a can of worms. But we can't go in only blue. We can't go in thinking only blue, because if we do that, we're not much value. Like when we go and we assess an organization, they already have people that are thinking blue, because they want to stay in business. They don't want to go out of business because ransomware or whatever the case. So they already have people that are thinking blue. We have to think red and blue. We have to think as the attacker without attacking, and then find stuff and say, hey, this, and this, based on reporting that we have from, I don't know, name your site, CrowdStrike, MITRE ATT&CK, or whatever. Based on reporting from these sites, this is likely compromised, even though you didn't see it, but because threat hunters have the mindset and all of the what's the word? We have all of the information about APTs and how they act, or not just APTs, threat hunters, threat actors in general. The things that they do and the ways that they evade detections. One of the latest ones that I've seen is the use of the binary what is it called? MPCMD run. And I did a video on this, but long story short, you take the binary, the Windows Defender binary, and you can do a lot of hood rat stuff with that. And there's no defense for that. So A regular blue teamer wouldn't be able to detect that because they're not looking up the latest on threat actors and what they do. I would be able to detect that because it's my job. It's my job to figure out what guys are doing to defeat the latest in defensive whatever, and I find stuff like that. Yeah, so I mean, I get a lot of my terms. I get a lot of my terms screwed up, but I would think that if SOC analysts were also threat hunters or put on the hat of a threat hunter, they would do a lot. But I would be closer to a SOC analyst than a pen tester. Definitely, without a doubt. All right. What is going to be the IP? Boom. There, so nmap, SC, put -v on that joint. Yep. All right, we got 2280. All right, so this seems like it's not like your typical thing here. So that's good. I want to go to 80, port 8000 first. Yeah, port 8000 first. I hope that made sense. Yep. There you go. That's probably the perfect way to put it. What's going on there? That's probably the perfect way to put it. I have to think like the adversary, but I don't get to do anything, man. I don't get to do any cool stuff. So, well, not any of, I can't use attacker tools during the day. So I have to use attacker tools during the night. Which that may change at some point in the future as people become more enlightened, companies. But as of right now, yeah, none of that. So this is a CMS. So this goes perfectly with our methodologies and what we're going through. It says very basic CMS. So I bet you there is a admin page. Oh, don't tell me that. Or some kind of login. I bet you there is. Okay, it's not. So I'm gonna run this tool. 221 8000 bash. Yeah, I have 4 zeros. What kind of web app is this? SCSV 8000 10 245 1. Yeah. I thought that it would be like similar to, let's see if I can find something on the page or about. This is not my best. Okay, nothing there. So I'm trying to see, so Commander, good job. No, so Commander is, it's a custom tool, but it's like mad dope. I'm telling you right now, yo, it's probably the best thing. It's probably the best thing that I made, man. So I'll show you what it is. So I'm real big on, being able to come up with, what's the word I'm looking for? No, it's not. It's just, it's not just that. I'm really big on being able to, get a command and come up with it really quick. And I just did my command wrong here. So this tool is really a bunch of commands that I run often. So for example, commander DNS enum will give me all my stuff that I need to enumerate DNS. Commander IEX 8000 test will give me a IEX payload. And then it's just, yeah. I don't even know how I explain this, but it's just like a cheat. It's like a cheat sheet, but it is a tool. So if I need to do virtual host, I just do flag vhost. I got some experimental stuff in here. But yeah, this tool, I use this all the time, man. Hydra was a big one that I always use. SMB. If I don't remember my SMB commands, SMB, and then there's all my SMB stuff. Yeah, it's it's crazy. So I read this book called Atomic Habits, and it talks about 1% a day. Like you should be able to compound 1% a day on your methodologies or whatever you're doing. And on top of that, it needs to be in a place where it's usable the next day. So if I go over something Monday, I need to be able to use it like that Tuesday. I don't need to have to load up OneNote or load up Cherry Tree. It needs to be ready for me to use. VBCMS. Let's try that. Oh, I'm talking so much that I didn't even look at. Boom, I knew it was in there. Yeah, I love that book too, man. It's crazy. I knew it was something on here, man. So we're gonna try a quote. Doesn't break it. Admin. Boom, I'm in already. All right. Pages. Let's see where we at. Nobody's gotten in yet. That's good. Pages. Did we figure out whether this is PHP? That looks like HTML, but if it's PHP, what we could do let me see. Apache, it is PHP. So we should be able to put and I hate to modify the where are you? HTTP, www. I think I have a cat's web shell PHP in here. We should be able to put this in the code. Now, I've never done this. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I think I should be able to do this. And then which one did I do? I just forgot. Edit. Okay, I did edit. I did about. So I should be able to go to about, and then question mark CMD. I'm probably screwing that up. Boom! Yes, sir. So I should be able to do, let's just ID. Yes, so we got command execution there. What's the best way to get in? The best way to get in. Commander Python shell. I don't know if this is the best way because it might need to be URL encoded 21443. And then we got that there. So we just do netcat LTMP 443. So yeah, Commander again, like for the win, right? So I hate this command. I hate it. So if I do Commander Python shell and then just these two things, it'll just put the variables in the values in there, and I just copy it and bring it here. So I should get a shell. I did not. I knew it would have to be URL encoder or something. So how do I do that easily? You know what I could do instead? That's probably a lot more. I could do that, and then I could say, all these have no login. Are you serious? No login. Wow. Okay. That's not, I guess that's a challenge. LS home. Yeah, that's whack. Why is my adrenaline pumping? Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna just do a simple netcat then. How about that? I don't really like netcat. If you watch my channel, you'll see that I am so not a fan of Netcat, but we're gonna do that here. I'd much rather do Netcat like as a last resort, but yeah, it didn't work anyway. So I'm gonna try to do this URL encoded. Let's see which. I'm spending way too much time here. Oh, nobody's in though, so that's good. Which Python? What is the? None of this stuff is working, man. No login. Yeah. No. So no login unless I'm tripping. I think no login just means that what am I trying to say? Is there's no SSH. There's nothing that you can legitimately log in with, but you should still, unless I prove myself wrong here. 10, 14. We're gonna see. But the way that I've always taken, I probably need to put this in. I don't know. I should be able to get this. Still nothing. Let's try. LS Lisa home serve 1 SSH. So there's an SSH folder, so that's good. Let me just do this then. CD home Cali SSH ls, and then I will host Python m HTTP server A8. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna try this first, and then I'll go back and see if I have ping working for me. Okay, wget HTTP 10 10 14 21 8888/authorize ID or save.pub home serve 1 SSH authorized keys. Still nothing. Let me make sure that this is the right IP address. It's not. 10.6.29.30 is not the right IP address, man. All right. Oh man, yeah. No login might not work, but we're about to see. So ls. So we have authorized keys there, so we should just be able to SSH serve 1 at 10.10.245.221. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Damn, bro. You're right, man. Ah, how do we get into this thing? All right, let me try the real IP address now. But the authorized keys was gonna be the way in. But Kirk was right. Like the no login was like, bro, nah, man. Fuck you doing? All right, 10.6. I hate to get a netcat shield 6.29.30 443. This should work. Let's do sudo tag L. How is that not working? You know what I think? I think that this doesn't have a standard, what do you call it? I might have just broke it. It don't have standard error. You name. That's just like the, yeah, Linux. What I could do then is put, because I don't know if we have I don't think they have a netcat on here. I don't know, man. I thought, let's do this then. Let's do which netcat, and then we will say Python, all of this directory, user bin, and then here we'll say that we get, what's going on? I don't want to do that again. It's not found, but I want to do netcat. Oh, this is wrong. Damn, I gotta do it over? Damn. It did get it, finally. Okay. Okay, well, I saved it. It's like home. Let's look at history. It's not in history. Let's try. Nobody's made it yet. Wow, I gotta be the closest then. ls user home serve 1 ssh. Netcat should have been in there. Let's do this the right way. Netcat, and then O, and then we'll do temp netcat. All right, so now we should be able to do temp netcat. Let's say thank you to that, and then go boom, netcat 10. What was the IP again? IPA 10.6.29.30. Let me see. 10. I am 6.29.30. Yeah, you're probably right. I wasn't even looking. How am I? That's 200. And it's saving in temp netcat. Okay, so we'll do ls lisa temp. There's no netcat, so it's not even. Oh, it's there. So temp netcat. Ten 6 29 30 443. Bam. All right, that's not working. Let's go back to the bash one. But let's do the correct IP. Bro. I don't know. You might be right about the whole. Let's see what we tried authorized keys. We tried. Yeah, so I tried to do sudo tech ill and it wouldn't let me look at it. So I'm thinking that there is standard error on the back end and I'm not getting that through my shell here. But there's nothing there, probably without a password. Yeah, so there's a few ways to to get in this thing. There's probably like 3 or 4 ways. I'm gonna keep digging here. You tell me if you get in though. Damn. All right. I wonder what is going on when I run netcat temp. Netcat 10 20 6 29 30 443. What is the error thing? So it's when you do dev no history prep dev. I don't have anything that uses dev no. Oh, it's this. No, it's not that. It's like find star and then it's like 2 dev no. I think something like that. So find. Just trying to make sure this syntax is right. I think it's something like that. Is that right? I think it is. So I'm just gonna hit the I believe button. I don't want to say temp error. And then I want to read cat temp error. Permission denied is what we're getting there for netcat. Let's try the sudoers thing. Where are you at? Cat Etsy sudoers 2 temp error. And then we could do cat. So yeah, we're getting permission denied. All right, man. Yeah, I'll see you probably later on. Let me see. We're getting permission denied on this thing. This has got to be a way in, man. It's got to be the way. I mean, I could go ahead and read like the flag, I guess. Cat home serve 1 flag dot text. What is it called? This home serve 1. I think right. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there at all. Look for another port. Let me see if this thing. Man, this can't be a rabbit hole, man. This can't be. Are you in yet? This cannot be a rabbit hole. I'm almost. SSH didn't work. Verse shell's not working. The Python thing. Let's go back to Python. But this time we're gonna put the right IP in. Shell. Oh, you're already in 10, 6, 29, 30. We've already done this. I don't even know why we're doing it again. We'll do 2 dev. Nope. Temp error. I wasn't even listening. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like sunk cost fallacy. Python not found. Oh, got you. Got you, bro. So I'm about to get into. Still nothing. Man, if this ain't the way in. Cat. It's no temp error. Invalid syntax. Yeah. So I guess I never used that before. Let's just make sure that. Because bash sometimes, like with my commander command, sometimes bash will take out certain things that I don't want it to take out. Copy. Paste. Do a 2 temp error here. Six 29 30 3 and then Python 3. So I'm thinking this is gonna work. Bang. All right, we in finally. That took way too long though. Who I be? Serve 1. CD home serve 1 ls Lisa. So there's nothing in here at all. Cat Etsy pass WD. Man, come on. Who is king right now? Nobody still though. I don't get it. Is there another interface? Something or no? What are we doing here? Are we trying to get into serve 4? ls home serve 4. So yeah, there's no weird permissions for anything. I guess we just got to get privesc or something. Sudo chat yo. Okay, so Python 3 C import pty spawn. Oh, and bash. Boom, 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 boom. Now we can do sudo chat l, and then they need a password. So maybe there's a password somewhere. ls boom. So, all right. So I'm gonna walk through my methodology for pen testing. I'm gonna walk through my methodology for what is the word that I want to say here? Privs. First thing that I like to do, ls. User local bin. There's nothing there. I'm gonna double check that with ls Lisa user local bin. Nothing there. So that's out of the picture. The second thing that I like to do is cd var, and then look for. You can look in backups, ls backups, and then there's nothing there. But sometimes you'll get like a whole like you get the shadow backup and stuff like that, like crazy stuff that people do. So check there. There's nothing there. You can look in www cd www serve one, and then look around for config files. If it's not a config file, I don't really care about it. We got output, auto load. Auto load seems interesting because it's auto. So if it's auto, then that means that sometimes you might have some hard-coded creds in there. But we don't see anything. So that's not interesting. Data is also somewhat interesting. There's nothing in there, but we do have user.text. And then we have username, password, admin. We already knew that, so we don't want to exit. Let's back up. Oh, back up actually. View is not as interesting, but it's going to be the last one that I checked. And there is a login.php. Pretty sure it's nothing. Yeah, so there's nothing here. So we can go out of this. Actually, let's look at what admin is. Can't pass that up. View cat admin.php. And if we look, we see new password. So this is the change password thing. So this should not be interesting. Yep, not interesting. So we can go out of that. cd boom, cd boom, cd boom, cd boom. The next thing that I like to do is look for any weird running things that are like interesting that are running. I don't know why that's coming out like that. Maybe I need to do better with my shell. Yes, elf. Still. Wow. Okay. Somebody's running limps already, it looks like. How do I get just like I gotta do my shell improve. So commander Python shell improve. I think it's like that. Film. Commander. Let me look at my help file. I probably should just push help. Oh, there it goes. Bang. Commander improve shell. In Kali in reverse shell. I need to do this. I don't really care about the other stuff. I just care about this. STTY rows. Let's do like 100. I don't know how many columns. Let's do 100. PSF. Yeah, that a little bit better. Let's do 200 though. Paste. No. TTY rows 150. Columns 150. PSF. All right, this is a lot better here. Nothing. All of this is other people. All that is other people. Serve 3 is running Apache. I don't know if somebody else. Oh, you know what? They probably got in different ways. So I'm in SR1, and we both got to get root on this thing. I mean, we all of us have to get root on this thing. So what we could do, I don't see anything interesting in here at all. So I'm leaning toward either, what do they call that thing? Rodnet, are you on? Are you doing this? Okay, there's nothing there. There's nothing at all. If somebody else sees anything, let me know. We can go into the Sql database and try default creds. I'm not gonna do that. Somebody else can do that. I'm gonna go for. I probably should. What's the command to look up? What's the command to look up the damn? What do they call them? Like the law bin thing. Law bin Linux. There's a command where you can look up sticky bits. There you. I think that's what I'm looking for. Sticky bit. Sticky bin. I probably need to put that in. Let's see, service exploits. So this is kind of a walk down. I kind of hate user walkthroughs of like different no. We can't know that that's gonna work. Cron jobs. I don't see any cron jobs are working. Here we go. I need to put that in my commander tool because I never remember that. So vim what is the thing? What's the correct terminology for it? SUID. I'm just gonna do if $1 equals SUID, and then phi, and then we just echo this thing. I'm never gonna remember that. I refuse to put that in my notes. What is that? Why is it? There you go. Echo. So I was saying yesterday, right, where it was like, I was talking about, what am I doing wrong there? There's a lot of slashes. I don't know if that's gonna come out right. Need to double slash that joint. I think. Double slash there. Double slash there. Render. Yeah, I think that worked. So I was saying yesterday on the live stream that when I try to get in here, I'm not in the best mood, but I want my damn, why did it do that? I want my performance to boost my mood and not caffeine or something like that, or some kind of drug. I'm telling you, man, that's a wonderful feeling. That's a wonderful feeling when you know that you're getting up. I probably should have worded it differently yesterday. That's wonderful. Because it's like because your body can produce. Where is my live chat? Here we go. Yeah, I've been trying to get Privet, so everybody's working on. I want to try anything. Yo, that's the fun part about it. That's the fun part about it. Try stuff to mess people up. You don't try to mess people up, but if you mess something up, like legitimately trying, like that's the fun part of this. Like we've done that before. Is my camera off? I did not hear that. Did not hear my camera go off, yo. Yeah, please, though, if you find something, and then what we like to do, man, if you find that it works or whatever the case, come back and be like, yo, this worked or whatever. And then that way you're kind of like contributing to the community or whatever. Obviously, that's going to be after the box is over, but like we like to experiment with stuff. We like to break stuff here all the time. So let's see if we could find, first of all, let's see who's in the lead. Wow. This is what I like, bro. It says easy, but yo, this is what I like. Like ain't nothing like a feeling like this, bro. But yeah, it's like I expect instead of caffeine to get me to that level, I expect my performance to be like, bro, this is where you need to be at. Boom, I'm gonna give you the appropriate feeling in your head so that you don't gotta worry about caffeine or coffee, nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, I do drink stuff like that, but on not to just wake up in the morning or not to go running or nothing like that. And especially not to do the thing that I'm passionate about. Like I don't need nothing like that. I would rather my passion do it for me. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna look on my other screen for law bins. What's the website? GTFO bin. Damn, GTFO bins. Ooh. All right. I used to have a script, bro, that will walk through this. But I've seen it so many times to where I know it's gonna work and what's not gonna work. And I can tell you that none of these are gonna work. There's one exception. And it is, where are you? Is it screen? I think it's screen. Did we have that? No, we don't have screen. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna work in there. I don't think anything's gonna work. All right. We tried sticky bins. We tried to see if there is applications on the box that are vulnerable. We didn't see that. We tried like scripts, like non-default scripts. Let's look at opt. Nothing in opt. Maybe this box is just meant to be like, it's just meant to be not vulnerable. Your name, okay. You know what I'm about to try? Kernel exploit. Linux 4.15 0 135 exploit. Nah, I might break the box. What? So this says, so help me understand this because my math might be wrong. So this says Linux kernel 415x is, so the version is less than that, but then it's greater than this. Or is it less than that and greater than that? So they didn't patch it, and then patched it, and they didn't patch it again. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna try to run this anyway. cron method. What's required, first of all? So yeah, like I'm gonna try this now because what? Can I please get my camera to work? This is whack. It's not making a noise. There you go. I don't know. There we go. Hear that click? It's on. Okay. Yes. Work. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened to my face, but I was gone for a while. Anyway, let's see if we try this. But I want to copy that link and put it in my Cali here. Anybody else trying a kernel exploit? I know that's frowned upon in our field, but bro, I'm just trying to get in. Like for reals. I don't care. What is that? Why is it weird like that? Let's do search Lloyd M47. Oh, okay. Do I have to compile this? I don't know. It says SH, so I'm thinking not. No, I don't think I do. So I'm gonna do Python M server 24444, and then I'm going to be responsible here and go into the temp folder. Somebody's been running limps. Yo, who been running limps, bro? Who about to get called out? Who about to get called out, bro? Slash. Bro, our eyes, man. We can run limps during exams. Our eyes should be able to see it. I don't know. I'm weird. Don't mind me. 47,164. My whole hustle though with OSCP was I wanted to find the prevest. I guess because it's part of my job though too. Like you find the prevest with your eyes because you can't use attacker tools, right? Let's see if that works. Permission denied, bro. I can't run scripts. Ooh. Oh, not they mean the Chama thing, bro. You know that 47,164 as many times I've been through that. GCC is not installed. Why are you trying to compile something? Let me compile it. I don't know. That's just too like, why don't you just let me compile it and then move it over? Like your write up is like crazy. Somebody got flagged. I ain't got no flag, man. I'm just gonna do this then. Fine. Flag that text. CD. Fine. I'm getting desperate. I'm getting desperate. How much time we got? 10 minutes. All right, let me think all the way through. CD, we're here, right? LS, boom, right? We have a mount. Let's see what's in mount. Mount might be interesting. Nope, it is not. Let's just double check that with Elisa. They have a backups. LS Lisa backups. Not interesting. Let's just see. This is probably. I'm just gonna see if past or WD are writable. Probably not, but nope, not writable. Is there one way to privest? It's probably one way to privest. That's I guess it's keeping the game interesting. But I assure you that there's no. I don't want to check bin. Do I want to check bin? There shouldn't be anything in there that's vulnerable. All the vulnerable stuff. All the vulnerable stuff should be in. If there's anything vulnerable. And you have to go out of your way to put something vulnerable in here. This should all be updated with the kernel. So. Boot dev etc home. I'm pretty sure if that was something like low hanging fruit like that, then it would already been found. What is that? What is this? Where's that coming from? CD serve 2 maybe? Oh, serve 3. Serve 3. Nobody saw this? I know somebody saw it. Somebody is currently messing with it. We got backup.sh that's readable and writable by everybody. How do we miss that, bro? That's readable and writable by everybody. And executable. Or did somebody do that? Did somebody do that? Dev root bash. It's a sticky bit on it. Sudo. You can't do that, can you? Dev. I still have to be like. Sticky bit. Nope, not you. Do. Okay. It says my Cali runs on ARM. I'm just reading some of this stuff now. There's a Poncat. I left it in the temp directory. Oh, got you. So he changed it. Oh, so I guess everybody's in, and I'm the only one that's just like flopping in the wind here. Temp. CD. Temp. You said your Cali runs on ARM. Did you like put it on like a Raspberry Pi or something? Pawn kit. Uh-oh. Get root or get so I'm in. I did, but I didn't. Let's see ls lisa pawn kit.c. What is this? Oh, you gotta compile this. Damn, what am I doing? There's no GCC though. How did you? I did. I just renamed it and introduced my own backup. Oh, got you. I don't get what you did. Maybe I read that wrong. Let's look at Pawn Kit. Is this like something? Yeah. All right. Why did you leave it in one? Oh, got you. Yeah. So are there multiple flags? There are multiple flags. The question is, I've never gotten multiple flags, but I know that there are multiple flags because I've gotten my ass kicked a few times in King of the Hill. So, yeah, there are definitely multiple flags. I mean, shit, if you can maintain one, then you'd be good. Unless somebody gets two. Let me look at the scoreboard again. Oh, damn. Yo, I'm about to lose, bro. Who is that at the top? Is that oh, that's you, Rodney. That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Oh, that's because you're king through the root thing. I don't know. This was fun. I should have got it in way before you guys though. Like I found it first. Yeah, I can't. Like, yeah, that's as far as I know. Like I know that from getting root. Like guys keep looking around. Like I couldn't imagine where else these flags would be, but I've seen guys get like 6 flags and 7 flags and stuff like that. But I should have got in first, but my syntax was all jacked up. I should have. I gotta fix my commander tool. But how much more time we got? We don't got that much. So there are sometimes. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and. How do you run this thing? We'll probably see after the fact. This was a fun box because it wasn't like sudo su or something like that. ABC. It wasn't nothing like that. Like you couldn't just sudo su in and just keep the flag. Like you had to. I'm curious too. I don't know if certain boxes only have one flag or not, but every box that I've been on, like cats get like multiple flags. I don't know. Rodney only got one flag too. So I don't know. It's just he has the king. So one thing about king, I don't know if this is your first time, but one thing about king is you want to get your name in the king file or something like that, and then you just protect that file somehow. Some people do like chatter, try to make it immutable and stuff like that. I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, we break the rules of this game all the time. It's fun though because they're just gonna wipe it out. But man, it was one day I took the box down for everybody, yo. Like, nobody was getting in. I didn't mean to do that. Like I don't go in for that. Like I want people to have fun, but boys will be boys. Definitely will be boys. I'm gonna just let the time run out. Cause I just know at minimum, us three, we did get I saw the file and didn't touch it. Yeah. You just gotta like cat your name in there or whatever. And then that's how you get king. I thought that by being served one though, you'd have like some kind of privileges or something. What is utemp? What can utemp users do? Cat Etsy pass to. No, is it cat Etsy? I don't know if that's the right move for me right there. I don't know. But yep, it was fun. Definitely fun. It's crazy. Like TryHackMe with boxes like this. It's crazy how many ways you can get in. It's crazy, right? It's like the way that I got in. Like these guys probably didn't go that route, but just like just dropping that web shell there and just getting in. I know that's like for the most part that's not realistic, like with today's standards and web applications, but that's fun because you're in competition mode. So if you're competing, it's like you just want to do stuff that you already learned, and that's comforting, that's reassuring that things work. So I like boxes like this. It's just I don't like the initial access, something like this. But the privest you should have to dig for that a little bit. It shouldn't just be sudo or whatever. I think that's gonna be it for me. I gotta do some family stuff, but it's always dope. So I ended up moving to serve 3, import 8. So you can send a port request. Import 8002. You can send a post request, and then the data you do codes. Oh, okay. Hmm. And then the data you do. Okay. That was your initial access. Import 8. Yeah. Okay, that's dope. Use PHP reverse shell. And there's a cron job running for root. Oh, I can't. I don't have access to the box anymore. I guess they cut the box off. Cron job though. I always. Oh, it's still going. Look at that. You sneaky mofo. Yo. Oh man. You wild boy. Oh man. So that's how you do it. I mean, shit. Anything. But yeah, man, this was fun. Was initial access was same as mine, but you checked the code for serve 3. Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. That is dope, bro. Like I love stuff like that, man. I love it. Cause one thing about it is like that's real too. Like I've seen that in the real world. I just say that. I've seen that in the real world. And that might seem simple, and but that's elegant and that's effective, bro. That's elegant and effective. Because especially, the team that you're going up against gets complacent and stop checking files like that, what you do. But, I would probably put my authorized keys in there. Yeah, I would put, like, if this was like some real world stuff, I would echo my authorized keys into, I would echo my public key into authorized keys of the user that I wanted to maintain access on. And if I wanted to get more APT, like, I would just do it on increments and then, like, delete it back out when I didn't need it. That's dope, though. You're right. I'm going to thumbs up this video, too. This is one of my favorite ones. Oh, yeah, man. But I think that's fitting to end it on, man. So it's 7:55 over here in the morning. I'm going to go do some family stuff. And tomorrow, what we doing? Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah, tomorrow is Tuesday. Tuesday? No, tomorrow's Wednesday. So it's gonna be Azure stuff, Azure stuff. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and they finally terminated my stuff. I'm gonna finally go ahead and put that video out where I'm walking through, probably today, walking through how to start a free Azure pen testing lab. And then we'll be ready to go into Wednesday. And we'll probably do something like this on the back end of tomorrow, depending on how much time we got. But tomorrow is just strictly, we got our lab, we set it up. How do we move through a cloud environment? So we should be like, have our, I guess, in a way, have our Active Directory hat on. But, you know, we just got to get used to new words. And you guys want to be pen testers out there, bro? Follow me, bro. Let's do this cloud shit, man. And let's learn it, man. So, man, y'all take care, bro. It was fun, bro. All you guys, man. It was fun, man. I got to rename this too, so they know that at the back end we start like doing hood rat stuff. Peace.